Hello and welcome to another concept video breakdown from Nitecore Store. Today we will be going over the vast amount of different, unique, exciting, and creative ways you can equip a light to your persons in case you really don't like having a headband, or I suppose using a headlamp in its original intended use purpose.
Are you new to this channel? Consider subscribing and liking our videos for more Nitecore content.
To assist me is our UTO5 belt light system, as well as two Nitecore UT27s. The headband comes with a strap like this that has the just straight loop on one side so that it can freely go through, as well as the over-under sort of three-way plastic loop on this side that helps you adjust the size and tension, help you adjust the tension of the headband. This allows you to equip the headband and the headlamp the way it is supposed to, a bit crooked. I'm gonna angle it down so it doesn't glare into the camera as much. So then, that got me thinking, especially with the introduction of the Nitecore UTO5 belt light system, which gave me an idea that, well then could you wear a Nitecore headlamp in a different way? Feasibly, would it make sense and would it actually work or be useful? Because of the way that the headlamp strap is designed on Nitecore headlamps, you can actually control the amount of tension this provides in a variety, basically a large range of circumferences, essentially. So, for instance, tightening this all the way, by pulling this side all the way, then creating as much double loop as possible, this then can be affixed to one's arm, as opposed if you have similar arm sizes to me. Like so, like an armband. I got this idea from, I want to say it was the early 2000s, basically when iPods became incredibly popular, and not just iPods, but portable MP3s in general became incredibly popular. You started seeing people with the armbands that could hold a phone or an MP3 player, and then they would snake the earphone cables up to them, and it became like a popular sort of accessory that you saw people use while exercising or walking, running, jogging. And I thought, especially something like the Nitecore UT27 is especially useful in that regard, because although you may lose the functionality of the primary functionality, which is the light from the headlamp, because something like this comes with an auxiliary beacon mode, or more importantly, the flashing red, like so. Having this angled off towards the side, like this, while you're walking, very battery efficient because this flashing mode lasts a long time, and also it's very bright, visible, visual indicator, especially for cars on the road or other people. And it's not too jarring, so it's not distracting for drivers as well. And it provides a nice visual indicator for when you're walking. Now, another idea that came to me as to how you can wear a headlamp like this is from Tomb Raider, or basically thigh holsters. I thought, the leg is also another appendage other than the arm, so why not wear a headlamp like the UT27 on your thigh? Much like a thigh holster. And it honestly did not turn out as bad as I thought, because if you wear it over your clothes, then as long as you provide enough tension, it stays put just fine. And because you can, once it's on your leg, you can still angle the light down. You can still use the primary lighting function to light up the ground in front of you, solving the problem of not having to wear it on your head. And it actually provides the same angle of lighting as something the belt would do because it's lower on your person, thus providing more contrast, not being so high up. And at the same time, if you were then also to wear it on bare skin instead of over pants, well then the silicone strip, as well as you need to provide enough tension, provides enough grip to where it's secured right around your thigh, providing lighting. So yes, you could adjust a headlamp to be worn like a thigh holster and provide lighting from a lower angle. That's if you really, really don't want it on your head. And finally, another way around not having to wear a headlamp on your head is the Nitecore UTO5 belt light system, which we go in depth explaining how this works in the UTO5 product breakdown video. But essentially, these two COB LED light strips, once connected to a power source such as this NB10000 power bank, provide smooth, even, wide, flood angle lighting. Comfortable, easy, simple to use, and provides lighting. Of course, the bigger the power bank you attach to it, the longer the runtime, but then it's like a weight to balance ratio, so you'll have to think of that. And finally, another creative way to use a headlamp like the UT27 is to attach it to a backpack strap so that it can still be shining forward, and of course you can still angle the light downwards if you don't particularly enjoy the sensation of the headband around your head. So for instance, here's my backpack, here's a strap. Before that, with a headband like this, you'd think that double cinching it all the way would be the smallest circumference you could achieve. So for instance, push that all the way off to the side, boom, that's the max of it. That would be the maximum with the two plastic ends right here that loop it. However, you can actually triple cinch this, and that is by using this portion that threads along the rear of the headlamp module itself. And I like to do that by first I need to loosen it a bit. That way we provide room for the third loop. So loosen it a bit, and then pull out and down on this middle strap here that runs to the rear of the headlamp module assembly. So pulling down on that portion, now you triple loop it this way, providing a much smaller circumference, thus allowing you to then attach it to a backpack strap. Fortunately, my backpack can be disconnected like this, which allows you to thread the headlamp up into the backpack. So now it is attached to the backpack strap, and then from here you can apply further tension by tensioning this inner loop. You see the inner loop that goes along into the backpack? You can tension that via the plastic strap here. Oh, wrong way. Now that is super secure. Just that inner strap becomes really secure because you provide tension by pulling down on the over-under strap here. And I mean, you do have some like loose hanging strap back here, but you know, as long as you push it off to the side, it shouldn't be that much of a problem. Or I like to fold it and just tuck it underneath the headlamp. It's not too uncomfortable on this side because it's still flat, so it should just be pushing up against your chest or shoulder. So with this headlamp, with the backpack, this strap would be over my shoulder on this side. I could still activate it and angle it downwards to help shine the ground in front of me as you're walking if you're going camping or hiking and you have a backpack on you. And of course, you can also activate the auxiliary modes, such as the solid red light as a nice visual indicator if you're going along a troop or a company of people. That way, in case one person gets lost, you have a nice bright light as a visual indicator. The flashing mode, of course, is even better, preserves battery, lasts much longer, and also still providing that bright visual red indicator. So that's another nice little way you can use the headlamp UT27, or any headlamp really, with just the horizontal band, sort of like a Southern Engineering or bootleg MacGyver way of being able to utilize a headlamp if you don't want to wear it on your head. So that concludes the concept video breakdown of how to utilize a headlamp in ways you might not have actually really considered. You don't have to use a headlamp as just a headlamp because the head is in the name. With a little bit of ingenuity, Southern Engineering I suppose, you could use a headlamp, especially one like the Nitecore UT27 that comes with the auxiliary red functions. For instance, like the workout armband with the auxiliary red light flashing as an indicator, as a thigh band for if you want to still use the headlamp's main function and provide lighting on the ground in front of you. And additionally, you can cinch it all the way, of course, and loop the loop through a backpack strap. Still use it for its primary function of providing lighting to the visual field in front of you without having to wear it on your head. And plus that way it's like always on your backpack and you don't really have to worry about it. You know that the backpack you use to go camping or hiking with will always have a lighting source that of course you can also take off and just use as a regular headlamp if ever so you need. Finally, the Nitecore UTO5 belt light system, which is very niche, is very specific, meant for like really competitive sort of enthusiast level trail runners. If you have enjoyed this video or think I am a big dumb fart, please leave a comment or suggestion below. To stay up to date on future product releases, sales announcements, and all things flashlight related, please consider subscribing to the Nitecore Store YouTube channel. And thank you.